This is a serious video. Like all of my videos. Anyways. Why am I making this video? You probably read the title. And it says, stop liking serial killers. Or loving or simping over serial killers. What the fuck? Now you might be thinking, who actually does this? And to your surprise, a lot of people actually do. People like Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer, and the now more recent Cameron Fisher. Cameron Herring. Okay, let's start off with Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy was a person who raped little boys. Kids my age. He would grab them off the fucking street secretly, drill a hole inside their head, and pour acid into them to make them a living zombie. Of course, none of this still didn't work, but still. And then he fucked the bodies. And then, actually, one of the people he tried this on was a little boy, right? He actually escaped Ted Bundy's home and went to the police station, but since he had acid in his brain, he couldn't talk straight. And the police were like, "What the fuck is he saying?" And that's when Ted Bundy followed him, and he took him. And then the fucking cops assumed, oh, it's a gay marriage. Oh, they're gay. Okay. They didn't do jack shit. They don't even know what the fuck he looks like. And mind as I say it again, he got arrested multiple times. And then the final time he was sentenced for life, killed. And yeah, Ted Bundy. Now people actually simp over fucking Ted Bundy. Ted fucking Bundy. Fucking Ted Bundy. Okay, and now let's get to Jeffrey Dahmer. A guy who lives shockingly close to me. To where I live. So apparently he kidnapped little boys and girls. He's a cannibal. He lives around Chicago. And around Wisconsin. Shit. Apparently he snatched people off the street, beat them to death, eat them, and then when he wanted to get rid of it, he had a giant tub of acid, and then he'd throw them in, close the fucking lid, and just, yeah. But when he lived in an apartment, right? So when people started complaining about the smell, he just said it was a dead fish. Because he actually had a fish tank. I don't even know if there's anything in there. Until the smell got even worse. So the people decided to call the cops on him. And look what they found. A giant tub of acid. And a bunch of fucking skulls on shelves. It literally looks like a motherfucking witch doctor shit. Yeah, it literally looks like some fucking stuff you see in a fucking witch doctor stuff. Like, ooga booga, ooga booga, I could kill your entire village. Not trying to be racist or anything. But still. Seriously, what the actual fuck? Ay. Are you actually kidding right now? I'm just fucking, what? I'm just surprised, disappointed. Yeah, I'm not gonna be surprised if aliens take over. It's like the saying, some people, when the zombie apocalypse happens, people will still be fighting for the rights of the zombies, even though they're killing shitload of people. This is exactly what's going on here. And now let's move on to Cameron Herring. So back in Florida, around recently from right now, he did an illegal street race, and he does have a criminal record. So this time he did a fucking street race that no one asked for and fucking into a mother and child. Keep in mind, the mother was 24 years old and the child was walking. They didn't even know that a fucking street race was walking. This was an illegal street race. At least fucking ask. Anyways, he went 100 miles per hour and fucking... He fucking ran their asses over. Now, R.I.P. to the mother and child. They died when they're young. They died young. Anyways, the footage of the court trial, and they actually saw, and people were like, holy shit, this is fucking awful. But then when they look at him, they're like, oh, make me win, daddy. They literally stand over a guy who ran over a mother and child. Keep in mind, the mother was 24 years old. Just keep that in mind. When they look at him, he literally looks like Cameron Boyce on crack. Like, this guy literally looks like a crackhead with those wide fucking eyes. He looks like an owl. And his hair, he looks like a fucking he looks like a frat boy. He literally looks like literally his entire posture and looks tell him he's a douchebag without actually talking to him. People were standing over him. Holy fucking hell. Anyways. What was I? Oh yeah, Cameron Herring. Anyways, people are standing over him. But it's not just him. It's Ted Bundy and Jeffrey Dahmer. Literally, go on the internet forum and that has Ted Bundy in it. And then you'll see edits of him. One, I saw a picture with Ted Bundy with a fucking flower crown, looking at him smiling, looking all smug and shit. I saw Jeffrey Dahmer in fucking Animal Crossing. Someone remade his entire apartment room in Animal Crossing, a game where you fucking... Isabel isn't gonna be too happy with that one. Jesus Christ. I fucking hate this so much. And now Cameron Fisher, they're making stand videos, like on TikTok. People are going wet over him. Like, they're literally gonna say, fuck my pussy, daddy. And keep in mind, this took place in Florida, so this is pretty much expected. Now, my Florida experience wasn't too bad. You know, no racist, no fucking street racing and shit. But, like, literally, what the actual hell? And now Cameron the guy who got, like, you know, convicted and sent to jail. And sent to jail for over 24 years, and he fucking deserves it. Now people are like, no! You should give him a fucking second chance. Now, if you give him a second chance, likely he's gonna go for another one and run over another fucking person again. But this time, if it hits one of the TikTokers' families, what they're gonna do, huh? Imagine a TikToker and Cameron Herring actually got released, right? And then he does another street race and he runs over one of his TikToker fans, like mother and father. Now, how do I know once most of these, pretty much all of his Cameron Herring's fans are actually girls? I mean, take a look at their profiles. A boy would say what the actual fuck, we're not gay, we're not gonna do that. So it's most likely just a bunch of young girls. Now, I bet I want them to look back at their actions when they get older and they'll be like, what the actual fuck was I doing? Now, TikTokers and fans of Cameron Herring, take a look at, just imagine this. You're walking, right, with your family. and you guys had to cross in the middle of the street because there's like a little crossway. And then your mother and father start like fucking walking through the crossway, right? There's like a red light, so by the law it tells them to stop. But no, you see this car fucking Tokyo drifting through the neighborhood and run your mom and dad over. Now TikToker and when you look who did that, you're fucking crying your eyes out. He rolls down the window. The guy who ran over your mother and father rolls down the window, is like, I say, well, now what do you do in that situation? The person you were defending, it has now killed your mother and father. Are you still going to be on their side? And it's like, oh, it's okay. I didn't need them anyway. I'm just in there for the will. Or are you going to rightfully sentence them to prison? Are you really going to call the cops on them? Because this might actually happen if he gets released again. He might run over one of you guys when he does an illegal street race again. What will you do? That hypothetical situation might happen if we release him if he doesn't get his 24 sentence. I mean, he already got his 24 year sentence, but still. If you guys actually manage to break him out somehow, and he does an illegal street race again, and he runs over one of your family members, what would you do, TikTokers? The TikTokers who fucking support Cameron Herring. What would you do if you ran over your family members? Would you still defend them and it's like, come in my pussy, daddy? Or like actually call the cops on him? What will you do? Will you get well over him? Or would you actually do some fucking justice and call the police on him? Or maybe let him stay in that 24-year sentence of his? You decide. And stop standing and simping over serial killers. They did bad shit. It's like saying, oh, I want Adolf Hitler to fuck my pussy. Adolf Hitler wasn't a good person at all. He was raised in a bad time, a bad environment. He was raised in a bad family. And probably, if he lived in a better place, an area, had a better family, he could have been an actual person that we all cherished and loved about. I mean, if he got accepted into that art school and there wasn't that fascism uprising, then sure, he would have been a completely greater person. But no, he wasn't. I'm not trying to defend him. I can see why Adolf Hitler was a bad person. I can see it. Okay, let's take, what else? Pol Pot. Pol Pot was a Cambodian communist who tortured the entire Laos population. Some of which he tortured were Hmong, and I'm kind of fucking pissed about it. And yet, I don't see people doing it. You know what? No, let's actually get some fucking pieces of shit. Let's actually get some fucking... I want to see a video on YouTube saying where I like Che Guevara. Like, if you don't know, Che Guevara is a fucking he's like a guy he led a guerrilla army. Not like guerrillas. I mean like army of guerrillas. People who go ape shit with guns. Yeah, he led a guerrilla army and tried to do a communist uprising against Cuba, but fucking failed. Get good, noob.